there's moves that I consider to be kind of in the extended Nelson family. So moves like the sugar hold or stockade. This is one of them. It's called the Crevlat. You can get it on the ground, but I want to just show it standing as a way to take a guy to the ground from a front headlock. So if we tie up, I just got a standard collar wrist. Again, if you saw the Catch Wrestling Takedowns DVD from BJJ Fanatics that I did, this is a major position for us from the standing. There's a lot of fantastic things you can do. This is one of the things I did not show on that DVD, but it's definitely well worth it. So I got him in collar wrist. Very simply, I'm going to push into him until he pushes back, and I push his head in the cross side. So I take his head, put it cross side. Okay? Now I'm going to switch the headlock. Notice I got the headlock with this hand. I'm going to switch. So I'm here. This hand now is going to switch and go up and grab him here. See how I just grabbed him? Boom. This hand's going to go palm up and meet him. Now I got the Crevlat. This is it's another neck cranking position that is very, very uncomfortable. Now, to go, so we're here, I push into it, push back, take the head. Now, I come under, grab it, and I grab the Crevlat. Now, very simply, I start to straighten, and I bring him right down, and I can finish it out with a choke. It's that same choke here. Okay, now, come to high defense, facing me. I can do the same thing. I'm here even. Let's say I don't even have the head. All I have to do is get this hand deep under. Here, slip it to here. Now, I just roll him, and now I can be on top of him, take the leg, take the sugar hold, whatever you want to do. So again, this is a simple, it's called a Crevlat. You take it from a front headlock. I've got a front headlock, and then I switch, grab like this. That same S grip that Jesse was showing. This again, by the way, thank you, Jordan. This grip, the reason why Billy liked it is just as Jesse was saying, you have a lot of range of motion, but it's also very hard to peel the fingers. So I can put my thumbs in the hole, and it's a very tough, if you're really in a fight and the ref is on the other side, you can't really be messing with the guy's fingers very easily if they're all in the hole. So the Crevlat is very easy. When I grab up, this hand just goes here. I just straighten it out. Catch Wrestling Crevlat. Okay, so now this really isn't all that related to Nelson's, but this was something that Billy was always asking me to put on tape to send to people, and I just never got around to it. So Billy, I'm actually doing it, and hopefully more people will see it than ever before. Thanks to BJJ Fanatics. So the leg scissors is, again, you'll see it pop up in MMA matches and grappling matches. It's still not really something a lot of people are doing, but some people have figured out that this is a really, really good hold to use on people. I'm going to show you 3 variations that are kind of a combination, at least that's the way I was taught. And then after that, I'll show you a really easy setup that you can do from crossbody. There's a couple different ways, but let's say that I'm crossbody on Jordan, okay? So I'm up on it. I want to make sure that his arm is not underneath me, okay? I can still do it, but I prefer it the other way. I'll show you both ways. So if his arm's underneath me, I'm going to pin this with this arm, okay? I'm pinning it down and keeping weight on it so I have control. So if he tries to come up into me, I can put some weight on it real easy. I'm going to cross face him to set it up with this other arm. As I do, I'm going to come with this knee and replace the cross face arm with my knee. So I come up here. Now, I'm going to pinch it. As I turn it, they usually roll. I'm going to catch his grandma, put it on this side. Okay, this is called a crooked head scissor. Now, these feet, I can simply windshield wiper, or I can cross my ankles, lift up, and turn the head this way. Okay, so again, that was if his arm was underneath. I can do it when it's on top as well. This is how I prefer it. But I go here, here, step up, turn, and then I grandma him. As I grandma him, because if I don't grandma, I keep turning, he'll just turn and he can pop his head out. But if I grandma him, now turn, he's stuck. Now I can windshield wiper, or I can lift that, I can take it. Now, let's say you can't get that. From here, I'm just going to lay down to my side, straighten my legs. Okay? Now, I want to cross the top leg on top. Okay? The reason is, because let's say I don't have this right now. I can create a lot of pressure and get him to tap just by straightening my legs, but some guys won't tap from that. Make sure you keep this in his grandma. Okay? I'm going to do a push-up. This is why you want this toe on top so I can pivot on top of it. Here, to a neck crank. See his head's turned? What's happening is his head's turned, and then I'm folding it this way. This, here, and up. Okay, now, let's say that doesn't work. Now I'm going to fold my legs and just sit on his face. Okay?
Yeah.
What did that feel like so people can understand?
Oh, like my face was getting smashed.
Yeah, it just is so much pressure because I'm using my hamstrings, my butt, my calves, every strong part of my body, 2 of them just crushing on his head. Okay, so one more time, Jordan.
I think depending on head position, I might break my nose.
Definitely break the nose, but a lot of guys, I've had guys complain that they've actually felt their skull kind of like make weird noises. So be careful on that crushing one. It's very powerful. So lay down one more time. So again, I blocked him. I turn his head. As I come around, I replace it. And as he goes, I grandma. Put my hands down. I can do the windshield wiper, it doesn't work. I fall to a straight. Straight doesn't work. I still have the grandma, so he can't turn. Go ahead and turn, Jordan. The other way, yeah. I still have it, so he can't turn. Then I can do a push-up, or take this, fold it into a figure 4, and I start crushing the head. You okay?
Yeah.
So, some variations on leg scissors. Okay, so there's a bunch of different ways. So I can enter into that crooked head scissor and then get that combo in the last section from a bunch of different positions. I'm just giving you guys ideas right now because this is a bonus section. I'm not doing a whole DVD on leg scissors. What we can do though is I can also take it as a variation from crossbody. I want, definitely this one the arm has to be on this side of my body. I don't want it underneath. This one's very high probability and very easy to get. So I'm in my crossbody, this arm's here. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm always gonna block this arm so I can control it, okay? At his grandma, I'm gonna jam my elbow into his grandma so I can control it. I'm gonna grab him on the delt, here, and I'm gonna sit through. See how his head's up? Very simple, I'm gonna sit this right underneath, bring this on top, and then I have this here. Okay, now I can very simply start messing with his arm, or I can mess with his head. Or I can do both. So, you okay? So, again, cross body. I grab and pull this arm up right here. I pull it up. See how I'm making space for this knee to come under and scissor it. So, you okay? So here, 1, 2, jam this in, straighten out. I'm straightening out as far as I can and then compressing my legs together. So, you okay? Mm-hmm. Leg scissor variation from crossbody. Butt scooting. I mean, I guess it's allowed in the rules, right? We've just seen a competition where somebody won from it, but I want you guys to have ideas if the guy butt scoots on you instead of, getting dragged or any, try to play a different game. Just an idea to play with. Wade Challis developed the Sprawl, has incredible applications outside of just folk style and freestyle wrestling. Also is great when you're wrestling jiu-jitsu. Now say this guy is butt scooting on me, okay? And he's doing his standard thing. I just want to be able to put my foot, my same side foot, inside his grandma on that side. Then I'm going to backstep. So wrestling, he starts butt scooting. I step out, stuff the head with both hands. Be serious here. Then I slip it here, grab underneath his leg, and fall for a Sprawl. And I can grab the heel if I want to be really mean, and I can bridge if I want to be really mean. You all right?
Oh yeah.
So again, back up. So wrestling, I scoot stuff jam. You can grab the heel and just fall over here into the split. So, super easy to do, super nasty. And as you noticed, even if his head pops out, the main thing is if you pull too hard, he'll pop all the way out. So you just got to play with it. But again, this is the butt scoot split. Let's do it one more time. Turn this way, Jesse. Okay, so we're wrestling. I jam, push the head down, back step. This hand over here is going to go inside his leg. This grabs the heel, and I just step and fall down. And then I pull and bridge.
Tap.
So all I'm doing is once I have everything, I pull and I bridge. So you get the neck crank, but it's also a pin, a finisher. Butt scoot spoil. Okay, so I also wanted to put on tape in the bonus section. This doesn't really, again, have much to do with Nelson's, but this was a great stretching routine that Billy Robinson had us do every practice, and anytime we had camps, anybody who's come to a coaching catch camp with Billy or after Billy passed and I took it, and Jesse and Sam and the rest of us took it over, we do this routine. It's a great, great routine. It's a partner stretching. So let's start it out. Super easy. Okay, why don't you guys take the splits? One of you guys take the splits. Somebody else put their legs on the inside of their heels. Yeah, Jordan, put yours on the inside. Grab Jesse by the wrists. And you're just going to pull them, but it's going to be a pulse for 10. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you hold it for 10. Hold it. Breathe out, Jesse. Go as far as you can. Get those old man bones going there. Here we go. Don't laugh. 1, 2. Hold it for 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let him up. Now Jordan's going to come around to the back of Jesse. Jesse's going to keep the splits. Now Jesse will go to his right leg. Jordan's going to get behind him and push him for 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let them up. Okay, now I'm going to have to switch. Normally you do these all on one side, but I'm going to switch these guys up, especially because I know Jesse very well. I know this is not his move. So Jordan, come on down. Sit right where Jesse was. Okay, butterfly your legs. That's it. Bring them in as close as you can. Okay. So now, Jesse's going to put his chest on his back. He's just going to flap him like a butterfly for 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold him down. Try to reach forward, Jordan. That's it. Press his back with your back, Jesse. There you go. So he's forward. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, Jordan, stay where you're at. Jesse, I want you to stand. Now, I can definitely tell that both of these guys are not the most flexible in this butterfly position.
We have soccer legs.
Some people can put their knees down. But if the guys are real good, you stand out here. But for guys that are tighter, step on the inside of the hip, as close to the hip as you can. And balance.
Maybe we should switch.
I can do it.
You do it?
Yeah.
Your legs okay there?
Yeah. Okay. No, maybe not switch. Yeah, you do it, but I won't do it. Here, you can do it on me. I can do it. How about? Okay. So they stand on the sides there, and you count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then let them out. Okay, Jordan, you're back in. Okay, now, one of you guys kneel. Yep, and then you're going to get on his knees. right in front of him. Put your knees on his knees. Grab his ankles, or his wrists, I'm sorry. And then the main thing here is this is not a back arching exercise. The back stays straight. What you're gonna feel is like your abs, you should start really shaking the more you can lay down. So lay him down as far as he can go until he says stop. You're just helping him so he has something to hold on to.
Stop.
Okay, now hold it for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesse's trying to be straight. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, bring him up. Okay, now, Jesse, you're gonna lay down, face towards the camera. Actually, let's switch it up because you're better at this. Jordan, lay down. Okay, camel clutch. Break his back, make him humble. So Jesse's gonna get his shoulders, grab his chin, and pull him until Jordan says tap.
Tap.
Okay, 1. That's where you start counting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, breathe, 8, 9, and 10. Now Jesse's just gonna let him down gently, be very careful. And then he's gonna switch to a 180. Jordan's gonna stay where he's at. So Jordan, actually swing your legs around so they can see at the camera. So your head's going this way now. Yep. Okay, so now we're gonna do this is a stretch. It's not the actual full crab. Jesse's gonna reach inside. It's like he's inside the legs. He'll reach in this way. There you go, so you don't hurt him. Now get up on your feet. Same thing, he's gonna pull until he says tap.
Tap.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and let him down. Now, this is one of the best neck exercises. There's a lot of controversy, and there's these great fancy machines that cost like $400. Trust me, I've got everything for my bad neck. But you can do this for free if you have a partner. Okay, and I'll just do this with Jesse. Okay, so hop out. So he's gonna just sit in low defense. Now the trick to this is negative resistance. This is how you don't hurt your partner. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get behind Jesse with both my hands, and he's gonna be as strong as he can like this, and I'm gonna force his head down. Once his head's down, then he's gonna relax. And there'll be a nice stretch that he's gonna allow happen, and it will cause traction on the cervical vertebrae. So you get a lot of relief off the discs. It feels really great, but do it very gentle. Once you get that stretch, then he's gonna do resistance, and I'm just gonna give him very little so he can bring it back up. But I'm gonna give him a little bit of resistance. So let's go ahead and do it. And we're gonna do 10 of these, okay? So 1, I push it down. Now he's gonna relax. I'm gonna stretch it. And then when he's ready, he's gonna push up. And I'm just gonna let him. And then I jam it back down. He's gonna relax, stretch it, and then he's gonna lift it. And I'm gonna let him, and then I'm gonna push it back down, stretch it, relax, and then he's gonna lift it. And I'm gonna let him, and then I'm gonna jam it back down. So you can do that for 10 repetitions. This is so much better than neck bridging because you get no kinks and no pressure on your cervical vertebrae, and it really builds up everything you need for wrestling, okay? You can do the same thing when the guy is laying on his side. You push his head down. A lot of times what we would do if we had a wrestling ring, there's like the ring apron, and then the head can come off. And you do the same thing. And you hold it, let him stretch, then let him come up. He's sideways. His face is towards the camera, say, and you push it back down. And you do that over, and you switch all sides. You can do it when the guy's face up. You do the same thing. Gently push it down, stretch, and then let it come up. Very slow. Okay, so that's Billy Robinson's stretching routine. Okay, so I'm gonna have Jesse show this. This is definitely one of my favorite things because catch wrestling is definitely known for leg locks. A lot of people have a hard time with the Achilles. I talked about this on the Catch Wrestling Submissions DVD. When you get an Achilles, grab his leg. What happens is when you have it here and you try to lift it up, you go here and you got it nice and tight, a nice little tiny hole, and you lift up, it slides down. And then you lose the effectiveness of the hold. People think that this is an Estima lock, but it's not. This is different. I'm gonna have Jesse show the differences, But we just call it a power Achilles. So go ahead, Jesse.
So one of the things I like about this was Billy showed top and double wrist locks where you use your fists. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my arms here. I have long arms, so I have to work really hard to keep his foot trapped to my body. My hand gets traveling over. You can see he's in some discomfort. But by taking this arm and switching over, you see now it's really trapped tight to me. And the same way I would do in a top wrist lock, I'm going to make fists, bring this over, and once that's in there, I'm going to sit in and squeeze. And I'm going to show it's very similar.
He's using the cutting bone of the wrist.
To the way Billy would do top wrist locks like this. He actually taught Jordan that when he was 8 years old. You use your fists and you press. So when Jordan comes up, people love that. So say he's in here and he's starting to work his De La Hiva. I could even hit this from here. I could hit this over, lock it in, and hit. And so you see I don't have to fall back and get into a 50-50 battle with him. Let's switch this way. So instead of falling back and we're doing, competing for honey hole or 411 or 50-50, I could take this here, grab on his heel, pull up, switch, lock it in, and then I have to be really careful because it hurts. As this comes forward, I'm going to hip in and I'm getting the tap. Show this way now.
And you're getting the cutting, but Jesse's getting the cutting bone against the Achilles of Jordan's foot.
So as opposed to just hitting the standard, using my stomach and coming in here, or coming in here and hitting it like that, this is a little easier because I feel like he's not going to be able to push me back. As I got this locked in, if he goes to push, I'm taking my tap.
Okay, so wrapping up this DVD, thank you again very much for watching it. But this is a very important concept for if you're coaching or an idea maybe for your coaches to entertain. I call it catch and release. I think it's a very important method to train your guys. Now, catch and release, yeah, I just like it because it's a simple name and it's got catch in it, but really what it's called, the way I was taught, is called wrestling from hold to hold. So typically what you see a lot in grappling gyms today is people, they flow roll or you have an open mat and they get out wrestling, and then when the guy gets a hold, he taps, you let go, and you restart. Hopefully standing up, not on your knees. But you restart and then you go again. This is a different concept. It's important to not let it go once you get the tap. I'm not saying hurt the guy, not at all. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you wrestle a guy, and let's say you get him in a double wrist lock, and you got it good, and he's like, okay. Now you freeze. You take off about 2 or 3 inches so it's no longer a submission. And you let the guy that you have think. Because there's a great, he's actually a psychologist, Daniel Kahneman, wrote a book called Thinking Fast, Thinking Slow. And it's about thinking about the way the mind works. Instead of thinking of like the conscious mind and the unconscious mind, which gets murky and is ill-defined, he says, think about you have a fast mind and you have a slow mind. The fast mind is your reaction mind. Bus is coming, you jump out of the way. The slow mind is you got to do long division on a hard problem or figure out a square root. It takes a minute for you to calculate it out. It's hard to do a square root fast unless you do it a lot of times, and then you can do it quickly, just like you memorize times tables. Now you could say 6 times 6 is 36. It's very, very easy. But before you had to be like, oh yeah, carry the one, whatever. So you're trying to get information from your slow mind into the fast mind. That's the purpose of drilling. That's why great wrestlers like Kerry Crevlat, they don't even really live roll that much. They just drill. They do what's called deliberate drilling. So it's not just this sloppy going through the motions. They're really treating it real, but they're making sure the muscle memory and everything's perfect. So when the match starts, their fast mind doesn't have to, they don't have to switch to slow mind to pull these moves off. It happens automatically. This is the advantage of learning to wrestle from hold to hold instead of wrestling, tap, and then restarting. You get the guy in a double, you wrestle and you get the guy in something like a double wrist lock or whatever. And then when he taps, you freeze. You take it off a bit and let him work out. Let him try to, don't totally give it to him unless he's a fish or something. And then you kind of let him work out. If he's a white belt or something like that, you let him out. But you let him try to work out in the escape. This is going to be great. One, it's going to so instead of just mashing the lower belts or the novice guys constantly, which is important in so far as developing mental toughness, conditioning, defensive posturing, those kind of things. That's important. But you're also going to give them this ability to really think about counters, and you can start thinking about recounters. So if you notice, in all my DVDs, I'm thinking about counters and recounters. I'm going down the chessboard and trying to think moves ahead, and then I'm trying to move those from the slow mind into the fast mind, so I can just do it when the opportunity presents itself. So wrestling from hold to hold, again, you wrestle, take the submission. When he says tap, or he taps on you, or he screams at you, or whatever, take it off a bit. Don't let it go. You freeze from that position. Then you let him start to work, and then you start going again till the next time. Then he gets you in a guillotine, and you tap, and he holds it. Then you start working for your escapes out. Okay? This is, again, catch and release. I learned it as wrestling from hold to hold, but just this concept of catch and release is very, very important for the development of your wrestlers. And we're going to give you just a really brief example of how to do it. A couple things that are important here. I think personally it's important. Some of you guys that have retail gyms, it may be harder for you to do, but if you're really interested in the development of your athletes, I think it's important to be watching two of your guys go and have a coach watch, because you might need to say freeze. They freeze, and it's a teaching moment from live wrestling where now you can teach one of your guys something that they don't necessarily know. So when you say freeze, your athletes, or if you're the athlete having it done to you, don't undo what you're doing. Don't move. Freeze. The coach is doing that so he can move you around to give you ideas that you're not aware of in that moment. Again, we're going to do it here just real briefly so you can get an idea what it looks like. Catch and release, or wrestling from hold to hold. Okay, so we're going to do some catch and release or wrestling from hold to hold. I've got my timer. I'm just going to, for this instance, I'm going to put it on 2 minutes. What I would recommend is whatever tournament or whatever event you're training for, get your periods, set it for that time, so you get a little bit of a sensibility of your timing as well on your rolls. Let's go ahead. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Okay. And again, this is not live wrestling. This is why, in my opinion, especially when you're working with the lower belts or the novice guys, you definitely are going to want a third person to tell them to slow it down. I'm not worried about these guys, but it's one of those things. You tell them to go 50%, next thing it's like 30 seconds later it's 100%. I want you guys just to go at 50% max. This is about transferring from the slow mind into the fast mind. Okay, let's do it. We're going to put 2 minutes on the clock, just so you guys get a sense. I will freeze them every once in a while, whether they actually need it or not. I'm going to freeze them just so you get a sensibility as to how you can use this to get your students learning much faster. Ready? And go. Sit. There you go. Okay. There you go. Nice. Nice. Now what are you going to do, Jordan? Okay. Good. Yeah, good. Nice. There you go, Jordan. What are you going to do? There you go. Get up. Stand up, Jordan. Stand up. There you go. Nice. Yeah, good, good. That's it, cradle up. Now what you gonna do, Jesse? That's it. Uh-oh, Jordan, look out. Okay, now freeze, freeze where you at. Now, Jordan, think about your position. Mm-hmm. What do you need to do to get out? What's your first instinct?
I gotta get this on off my neck.
Yeah, you gotta start risk controlling it a little bit, right? So start getting some space so you don't get tapped out. But he's got the lever in the back, so how are you going to do that? Now think about it, he's trapped. If you could bridge, you might be able to roll him out. Bridge, there you go. Good. Ooh, reverse rear lateral. Okay, Jordan, what are you going to do? Wrist control, there you go. Good. 30 seconds. Nice. There you go. What are you going to do, Jordan? Keep rolling. That's it. Now stand up. Get to where you can face him. There you go. Get to neutral. And time. Good. So, very good job. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Jordan.
So, guys, this is really about learning how to wrestle, right? So you want to be able to just instead of wrestling from hold to hold, some people also call it chain wrestling. It's just a slow way for you to be able to begin thinking how to put your moves together in a non-stressful way. You can really start thinking about chaining your moves together, wrestling from hold to hold. Remember, when you get a submission, wait, get it nice and good. And these guys were super slow, which is great. You can vary the speed. They were probably going 30%. You can say, turn it up to 50%, turn it to 60%. And then you start being able to set these guys at a level where they begin to understand where their conditioning is at and how long they can go and how long 3 minutes or whatever the period is that you're grappling for is. Wrestling from hold to hold, please give it a try in your gym.